sleep, and I had to go right through the night basically until we got to the happenings in Paris. A mixed bag from the Jamaican perspective, very mixed bag. Of course, I know lots of folks in radio world would be this morning as they get into work or as they're on their way to work would be wondering what is KLAS going to do today? What is it that we're going to hear from the folks that we've been listening to all track and field season, David and crew? And we decided that we were going to give you our opinions on happenings in Paris. I have, I think, a guest online with me. We have him now. That's Dr. Shay Hudson. Is Shay with me? Is Shay on? Hearing just yet. Doc, yeah, I'm hearing you now, Shay. Wonderful, wonderful. So, good morning to you. How you doing?
It's been a good morning. It's a good morning. I'm doing good. No work, enjoying sports. That means it's a good combination.
Wow, wow, wow. If no work, enjoying sports, I envy you because that means that you had fun this morning. Um, lots of things to talk about. Lots of happenings in terms of what happened. This morning we had the deck. We had the first round of the women's 100. Um, so lots of happenings this morning, and we I don't even know where to start. Let's start with one of the events where I was a little bit disappointed, and that's the women's high jump qualification. We had one athlete in this event, um, Lamar Disney. She failed to get through to the next round, to the finals. She finished 24th overall, only managing to clear 1.88 meters. For me, that is a little bit disappointing. I'll tell you why it's a little bit disappointing. I genuinely believe that she had a shot at getting at least into the final. I never had her for a medal or even top eight, maybe based on what she has done this season. Um, let's see, I think she's top three in the world this year, having cleared 2 meters. So she's cleared 2 meters. Um, she's tied with Rachel Glenn, who also didn't make it by at 2 meters. Um, and also, well, there are about five ladies have gone 2 meters or above. Of course, the Ukrainian was 2 meters 10, broke the world record. But you would have expected this thing to make the finals. Would
So let's make it absolutely clear.
Mhm.
A lot of persons were saying that they didn't countering for medal, but as you said rightly said, Lamar has entered this competition ranked third in the world.
Yeah,
This
joint
season
third.
for the high jumpers, high jumping has not gone on aggregate. It has gone far and be very competitive amongst the ladies. Save and except Mahuchin, who broke the world record, which is kind of strange in a season where she's not been pushed, she's not been challenged, as is the case in other seasons. She was able to scale at new heights and break that long-standing record where some of the best high jumpers we have ever seen tried on numerous occasions and could not get the height. So going into this competition, I expected Lamar this to at least make the finals and to be in the top five. Reason why I said it, because again, she has been consistently, even before the trials, getting over 190, getting over those heights. So even with her disappointments from the NCAA meets indoors and outdoors, well, she had a better indoor than was outdoor. She was able to get over the heights pretty easy. It just didn't work for her today. And this overall competition today was a little bit disappointed because a lot of the ladies struggled at 1.83 meters and 1.88 meters. It was just unfortunate because had she gone over 192, she would have been national to get it into the finals because the likes of Vashti Cunningham and those ladies who are known big pedigree, they have big pedigree in terms of high jumping. They just managed to get 192, barely getting in. So I just think it was unfortunate. She said it. The run up was off. The
Mhm.
run up for just off. She had to take two attempts, which she has never done before, to clear 1.83. And when I saw her, she was looking for the first attempt that we saw on camera. It just looked off for me. Just like she was just relying on her sheer abilities and strength to get over the bar. So the subsequent jumps at 1.88 would have proven to be challenging for her if that was the kind of approach she was at. So yeah, overall she's had to come up the last and move on. But disappointed because I had her as a chance of shoot any of the victory, and one of the victory I think is the young lady from Ukraine. Her name I'll tell you soon. I think is uh, she didn't get a mark. Levchenko, that's her name. Didn't get a mark, and she was always one of the challenging Mawuchi. So when I was looking at those persons slipping up, I was saying if those persons slipped up, this thing would have had a chance to score a medal. But now is what we have to celebrate.
Um, yeah, so that's how um, it started the program with the appointment of Lamar Destiny to the finals, as I said. Not necessarily one of those that we had from but I think she has been rather inconsistent this season. She's had um, a couple of 197 clearances, 2 meter clearances, but she's also had some misses at 180. So, she said, started out, you would see that it kind of looked cheap. And it never really improved from there. Which is then also not.
But
Um,
it's,
Go ahead.
even my point, the Rachel Glenn of herself is not an all in all and high jumper.
Right.
Just has the ability. She's more quality to meet the hurdles. Um, so I wouldn't be surprised. The challenge also is that the pools. If you look at the two pools across each other, as I said before, a lot of ladies exited the competition at 1.83 or 88 rather. So when we're looking at it, in that Lamar's school, a lot more the ladies, I think three of them or four of them play 192, and they had to go back on the count back to get them in, including Vashti Cunningham. So Lamar had a good chance, just that if she just got that height, she should have been fine.
Yeah, but as they always say, you can't dwell on downhill for what has happened in the past. We also had some 1500 meters. Jamaica not having any representation there, so we won't dwell on it for very long. But we have to touch it. The man, Inga Briggs, he looked pretty good.
Um, Expected. I mean, if we are following closely what has been happening all season, he has been one of them that usually talks of a storm, usually tries to get into the head of his competitor. So I wasn't too surprised at what I saw because I know he
He
competed one
didn't
time.
win, but he looked good for me.
I mean, winning is not in the qualification round.
Yeah,
Winning is not all about it because people need to understand that the finals, just like on the women's side, we touched it last week. The men's side, the media that includes the like of Josh Clark, those persons, Cohen from Kenya, it's gonna be a big, big race. So he has to be very strategic as to how he goes about qualifying. Because no medals are keeping up with qualification.
I agree. At this point, the job is to get to the next round as easily as he can. And he did that job pretty much. But, still a relatively young man. And, happy to see his performance. Happy to see him get his Olympics on way.
But Damien, you should point out, he's a very young man now, but this one, I think we give him less credit a lot of time. And I hear people talking about just that, the slightest way. But this is a man that holds the Olympic record. So we need to let the listeners know that he's the one that holds the current Olympic record. He runs 3:28:32 when he set that record. And the world record is 3:26. Yes, he has probably not been in a form similar to that. But if there's anyone that can rise to the occasion, out that interview.
Yeah, and that's the thing I like about he always seems to, as you say, rise to the occasion. No matter how he may look in the or on the circuit, when it comes to the big occasion, he's going to be there. He's going to be challenging, and that's what I like about him. A real competitor, somebody who looks forward to the competition and the racing, and is able to race himself into fitness. So, yeah, one of the competitors I'm definitely looking forward to seeing over the Olympics. I think we run to a quick break, so we'll go to the break, and when we're back, we'll have another special.
We may be all over the world, but we're still in this together. Yeah. Make it easy for you get your money. So if you have to get nothing from your brother or mommy, hey, it's not Insta, it's a MoneyGram. So Maria, check your phone, your money land. BNBS money transfer. See it faster, easier. Sign up for BNBS direct to bank account transfer. You don't want to step out behind the line. Straight in your account, money reach long time. BNBS money transfer.
For financial news and the latest developments in the business community and economy, Financially Speaking is the top choice. Join me, your host Errol Gregory, Mondays and Wednesdays at 12:30 p.m. as we look at current economic issues, provide small business tips, and help you to build your business and portfolio. That's Financially Speaking, sponsored by Jamaica Stock Exchange, JSC Online Trading.
Spectrum Insurance Brokers pride themselves in being professionals in the field of insurance broking, claim settlement, and risk management services for over 35 years. We offer a wide range of insurance services, including motor, property, liability, accident, life, and international health for individuals and companies at competitive rates. Call 9263572 or visit 7.5 Haining Road, Kingston 5, or shop number 3, James Plaza, Mandeville. Call 625-6804 or visit online spectrumjamaica.com. Spectrum Insurance Brokers, setting the industry standards.
We're your partner in color, over 30 years strong, serving Jamaica beautifully, changing lives and leading the revolution with quality products innovated for when you need a superior finish. Edge campaigns are trusted, loved, and used by experts in the business of automotive, industrial, decorative, and furniture. We have the blueprint to help you create, vibe, and live life beautifully. EdgeChem, changing lives 1 gallon at a time.
Tune in to German Morgan, aka Brother DJ Frisco, on your radio, Friday nights at 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. inside the Midnight Serenade Radio Show, and Saturdays and Sunday mornings inside the Kingdom Lifestyle Radio Show from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. You will be motivated, blessed, and receive a word in time with DJ Frisco in the mix. Tune in, listen, and stay connected.
The Scoreboard, Mondays to Fridays, is one of the best sports programs on radio. The Scoreboard features informative, investigative, and hard-hitting sports discussions with top quality guests. Join us 5 to 6 p.m. with our A-list hosts as we inform and entertain. That's The Scoreboard, Mondays to Fridays, 5 to 6 p.m.
They say this mountain can't be moved.
Have you ever thought about how much of your time you give to God? Whether it is 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or 15 minutes, God delights in the moments you share with Him. Join Prophet Dexon Burton for 30 minutes of prophetic glory, Thursdays at 11:30 on this station, as he takes you on a prophetic journey of signs, wonders, and miracles, breaking bread, administering healing, breakthrough, and deliverance. God speaks and His mind is revealed through His servant.
That there is no way through.
You're listening to the Paris Games Experience, sponsored by Hawkeye Electronic Security, securing what matters most. Edgechem, changing lives one gallon at a time. Tax Administration Jamaica, working together to serve you better. And Spectrum Insurance Brokers, setting the industry standard.
Okay, welcome back. You heard it. Paris Games Experience right here. Make up fast radio. And the voice sounds strange. I think it'll be just called. Hey, I'm Ed Barnes and Megan Newton is with us. Looking at Paris. Now, say Hudson is on. He does where. I won't tell you where because we don't give away the location. But of course, we're looking at what's happening over there in Paris while looking outside. It's all the rain outside.
Yeah, I definitely have been outside. I got caught at.
You got wet.
Yeah, man, I got a little.
So, the two questions we need to ask before we get into it. Paris.
Mm-hmm.
Almost tomorrow, Paris. Okay, don't answer that. Don't answer that. The other one is the rain. And just to say that for O'Shea, as we look at the 100 meters, of course, Jamaica's first participation here was Cynthia Thompson back in 1948. She became Dr. Cynthia Thompson later on. And born in 1923, she did 1240 in our teams. Went on to make the finals, where she came sixth. In those days, just six team competitors. And another lady who did well for us, her name is Lily Pritchett. Remember that name? Out of St. Mary High School. And I'll give away the secret when we talk to her. But Lily is joining us from California. Lily, are you there?
Hello.
Good morning. I know you was a long-time friend of mine, Lily Hodges, who dominated, did so well at the collegiate level in the United States, and of course represented Jamaica at the Olympic Games. Lily, can you recall your first Olympic Games for Jamaica? No?
If I can recall my first Olympic Games,
Yes, your first Olympic
it
Games.
was in Munich, Germany. Yes, in 1972 in Munich, Germany.
What was it like for
And
you?
that was not a really good experience because so much has happened during that day because you had hostage takeover and you had
Really good.
Rhodesia situation, so it was not my best Olympics at all.
Lily, now you're retired and different things these days, but let's take your mind back. What is different now compared to when you competed for Jamaica?
Oh, a lot has changed. I feel like when we were competing, the people from the Eastern Bloc were really taking so much steroids. And I think that we, unfortunately, we were not able to shine if we are going to compete, without taking any kind of enhancement drug against people who are taking it. So then you have to wonder, it's a boy or girl back then. And I think that technology has changed everything. They are not able to do that right now. So people from this side of the world are really showing their, being able to shine, which was happening back then. And I know that Jamaica has had a great deal of success in these, especially the spring. And I think that, one of the reasons is because they are not able, these people are not able to take these enhancement drugs. So they have made us very proud, these athletes now.
Folks, just running the Paris Games Experience right here on Omega Class. We're talking with Lily Hodges, the Jamaican Olympian, based out in California for a number of years, and she carried the flag very high for us. Lily, I know the young man with me here, you wouldn't have known this, but you understand, I know you told me some years ago that this whole thing started because you raced against your father one evening in St. Mary in Beijing, right?
Yes. Yeah. Yes, as a little girl, I was really fond of running. Just want to run. Just want to race everybody, everything. And one evening we were going home, and I asked my dad to let us race, and um, my dad refused because it's impossible. 11 years old, and it's impossible to get away from me. And my mom said, "Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. She wants to run, so go ahead and run." And he said, "Okay." And I think he thought that it was a joke, and he was just, I don't know what he was thinking really, but he just thought that it was impossible for me to even come close to him. And it was the opposite, and it turned out to be the opposite. He wasn't close to me at the end. So my cousin went and told my then PE teacher, and that that's where everything started.
Maybe you're also the leader of runner for Jamaica's sprint relay for women most of those years, right?
Most all the years that I ran for Jamaica, I competed on the first leg.
In 1978, you had the national record 11.14. Recall how you achieved
Yeah.
that?
11. Yes. I'm sorry. You're
Yeah,
breaking up.
you achieved that time. Where did you compete when you achieved that 11.14?
Oh yes, that was my first year in college, and we were at Ben Ames. That's changed since then, but that was really a memorable race because you had all these world class athletes from Tennessee State, plus Evelyn Ashford in the final, and so people were expecting Moorhead or Ashford to win that race. And I was at the top of my game and was determined to change that, you know. But the good thing about it, we have with the New Zealand, we had what I didn't know we had so many Jamaicans in the stands, but I was so nervous. But that was a good thing because adrenaline was really flowing. So when we got my coach said, "Really, I wanted to get back," and I said, "Okay, up the line." And the gun went off, and that's all she wrote. That because you see what happened is, Brenda Moorhead is a very good starter, just like myself. So in the first 50 to 60 meters, we were greatly locked. And when I just went into overdrive after that, and that's when I pulled away from her. But that was a very memorable race for me. Because when I looked in the stands and saw the amount of Jamaicans taking noise, it was like, wow. Yeah.
Lady Hodges, the special guest on our lines here on the Omega Class Paris Games Experience. Evan Nugent, Elite, you would have heard a lot about her.
Yeah, I would have heard a little bit about. I know that back in the day, as you said, would not have had the opportunity to go to the top of the podium like all girls know because of the massive amount of doping happening in the Eastern Bloc, which has been proven. So it's not allegations; these are proven things that we know as facts.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
As a female track and field is concerned, we want to really tell you thanks for joining us from California. When we get to the sprint relays, we will speak to you again. But your final words on what you can expect or what you're looking forward to for the Jamaican ladies. We had Shelly Ann going forward in her race this morning, 10:92. We had Sasha Lee Forbes also going forward, and Tia Clayton, the youngest group, going forward. All three ladies going through. And there's a young lady from St. Lucia. Alfred is our surname. Caribbean well represented here, Lily. What are your hopes for us going forward?
I'm hoping for 1, 2, 3. You got him. You have to. Come on.
Okay.
I'm hoping for 1, 2, 3.
All right. Thank you very much for joining us, Lilith, and we certainly hope and keep our fingers crossed that it could happen that way. Thanks again, Lilith Hodges.
Thank you.
Okay. Lilith Hodges, the athlete who competed for Jamaica at the Olympic Games back 72, 78. and had the national record in 1978 with 11.14 seconds. And you know, we hear a lot about what's happening today, Devon, but fairness is that it started somewhere else.
Yeah, definitely, and that is one of the things I would have when I get the opportunity, just to remind Jamaicans where it started. Didn't start at Boat, didn't start at Asafa, didn't start at us winning 10, 15. No, it didn't start there. It started from um, people like Lilith, Rosie Allwood, those people. That's where it started. And so we have to make sure that the foundation, they are given the kind of recognition that they deserve.
All right, so we look ahead to the afternoon session starting not too long from now, Devon, and you were discussing there with O'Shea earlier on about what is to come. We have, you'll be able to talk to Ines Turner later on if we get a chance, the 800 runner, and because we do have Natoya Gold and Adele Tracy going forward in that 800 later on today. We have a mixed relay for the Jamaican team too, and hopefully that mixed relay should be able to get to the final based on their time.
I'm hopeful that they can get through to the finals. I know it's going to be a tough task. I know other countries are coming, but looking at some of the countries and the teams that they're sending out, and some of the countries that would have in the past and sent out the very, very best, the guys and girls that they're expecting to medal in the individual event, have not done that this Olympics. So I'm looking at the teams that are being sent out, and I'm very hopeful that we can make the finals. And make the finals, anything can happen.
You did have the lineup that we has been proposed for that mixed relay coming up. By the way, we also have the triple jump.
Yeah, qualification.
Right. We hope to, whether before we, somewhere along the line, be able to talk to Tricia K. Smith, remember the world champion of yesteryear out of the great Manning School, went on to the University of Pittsburgh, distinguished herself, and she now has a doctorate in physiotherapy. We hope to speak with her during the course of things. Of course, Jamaica has 87 medals, 26 gold, 35 silver, 26 bronze. You're not making any predictions, right?
Well, except to say it's actually 88 because
the new
Kelly's
Kelly
got a bronze, so would have upgraded us to 88. At the start of the Olympics, I said 13. The 13 looking kind of shaky, but I'm going to stick with 13.
All right, and we won't ask you to tell us right now where they'll come from, except to tell our listeners that that 48 race with a woman, the 30-year-old Fanny Blankers Cohen, mother of two from the Netherlands, she won the 100, 200, 800, 80-meter hurdles and sprint relay. But stay where you are, because this is Omega Class Radio, and it's the experience, the Paris Games Experience right here on this station.
Three Angels Pharmacy, the premier provider of quality pharmaceutical care, opens every day except Saturday. Located at shop number 7B Caledonia Road, Mandeville, call 625-5584. The temperature by Three Angels Pharmacy is
27 degrees Celsius in New Kingston.
Isratech Jamaica Limited offers a high-quality complement of unique and sustainable products and services, unparalleled anywhere in the Caribbean and Central America. Everything agriculture, water, energy, hardware, home and garden. From engineering and design, manufacturing and supply of product, consultation, after-sales service to implementation and maintenance. Call us today at 876-603-3946. Isratech, master the elements.
They say this mountain can't be moved.
Have you ever thought about how much of your time you give to God? Whether it is 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or 15 minutes, God delights in the moments you share with Him. Join Prophet Dexon Burton for 30 minutes of prophetic glory, Thursdays at 11:30 on this station, as he takes you on a prophetic journey of signs, wonders, and miracles, breaking bread, administering healing, breakthrough, and deliverance. God speaks and His mind is revealed through His servant.
That there is no way through.
You're listening to the Paris Games Experience, sponsored by Hawkeye Electronic Security, securing what matters most. EdgeChem, changing lives one gallon at a time. Tax Administration Jamaica, working together to serve you better. And Spectrum Insurance Brokers, setting the industry standard.
Okay, welcome back to the Paris Games Experience here on Omega Class Radio. And we're looking ahead to what's to come the rest of this afternoon. In the triple jump event, Shanika, we just mentioned Trisha K. Smith, who got over the 15 meter. Shanika has been threatened there or thereabouts. I suspect that once she's able to get past the 15 meter, just achieve that, will make a world of a difference in her performance.
I think she did achieve 15 meters last year, if memory serves me correct. I can check on that.
Not consistently.
Not
she has not been able
consistent.
to
She
do.
has not. And this year, I think this year has been the. This is the year that you want to be consistent and jumping big. Why? Because the Colombian is out. Rojas.
Venezuela.
Venezuela. My bad. The Venezuelan Rojas. Yulimar Rojas.
Right.
She's out. Achilles injury. So this is the year that you're looking and you're saying the gold medal is up for grab, and she has 2 world championship silver medals behind Rojas. So this is the year you're thinking, okay, maybe she steps up now and gets that gold medal. But for me, she has not necessarily been where I would like her to be. I don't see the consistent 14.8. I don't see those coming. And I think even though Rojas is not there, I think 15 meters is where the medals are going to cut off. Because the Dominican, the Fond, and the Cubans, they're also 15-meter jumpers, and they're going to be coming with their best jumps. So 15 meters is where you want to be, and I'm not confident that is where she will be at the end.
Of course, the other 2 young ladies, Kimberly and Akila, really, Kimberly has promised so much for a long time, and she gets to the positions, but it seemed not to happen for her.
Yeah, I think for me, Kimberly is what, 37, 38 now?
Yeah, she's up.
She's up there. So I think this, like some of our senior statesmen, Shelley-Ann, this probably is her swan dance. But I'm very, very, very excited for the next person, Smith, Amelia Smith. I think she is a genuine double threat in the triple and the long. She reminds me a lot of Tatiana Lebedeva, not necessarily in the same build, but in the ability to do the triple and the long. I think her chance, though, our best chance, is in the long.
And O'Shea is with us. And O'Shea, of course, with you Rojas not here, you would hope that our girls can step up and do the thing this time.
I mean, naturally, everybody would expect now Shanika to be in the talking and in the mention. But again, we need to also remember that just like Shanika would be thinking it's an opportunity to snatch a gold medal that might be not another occasion presents itself. There's also the likes of, as Davian said before, the Hernandez and Poveda from Cuba. They have been always competing and contending with Ross, and they have this year shown that they are ready to step up. We have the likes of Roman Chuk, and that young lady is somebody we need to watch from Ukraine. She is one of the few, at least, who have gone over 15 meters and already 14.881 for this season in probably, I think, 2 competitions the entire season. So Shanika is going to have her hands full. She might not be on the medal podium based on how things are looking. Our best chance probably in this region is going to be Taylor Fund, who has been doing well. She leads the world in terms of her indoor 15 meters jump. But again, this is championships, and at championships sometimes all you need to do is to find out one big one, step up to the moment. I foresee we might have 2 ladies in the finals, could have 3 as well, because the rest of the field is not that competitive that Kimberly cannot step up. So I'm just optimistic, but I think it's going to be hard.
O'Shea, both yourself and Davian, a question here is that if we had been able to win the world championship title with Trisha K. Smith in this event, and we have seen that girls and boys champions each time our athletes do well, they go to the 10 relays, they win. Why haven't we been able to do much better or have more athletes at the top level in triple jumping? O'Shea.
I think truth be told, we have been consistently producing quality triple jumpers, not in the numbers as we would like. As you said before, Trisha kicked down the door in terms of showing us that we can win. I've been seeing a lot of juniors do well at the junior level. But I think what triple jumping has shown over the years, that there's always that one big tough cookie to break. We had the likes of Ibag went before, we had Dave before, now we have Ross, and I think we have to. It's just unfortunate, like in the sprints, when a lot of person says in the boat era, we have to live in the boat era. I think the jumpers now that happen to be jumping in this era that Ross is gonna find it hard to live with her because she's just outside of a normal rank as a female jumper. But I think with the likes of Akeelia now looking to step up with the exit door being shown to Snippet and those others, I think Jamaica will one day because look at US. A lot of time people don't understand US has a lot of quality sprinters and a quality jumpers over here, but now we are really heads and shoulders at them in terms of triple jumping.
Listen, Devin, the thing here is that we have a lot of athletes, male and female, who want to be sprinters.
Yeah.
But we do know that properly guided, a lot of these athletes could do well in other events, triple jump being one of them.
That's exactly where I was going to go. Exactly where I was going to go. The fact is, yes, I agree with O'Shea. If you look at the trajectory are where we've gone in terms of the triple jump. We've gone from Trisha K to Kimberly to Shanika. Akeelia is there, and then there's this young lady from St. Diego, Dawkins, Jada Dawkins, who's coming up as well. So we have this line of succession coming up, but we don't have them in the numbers, and that is simple because Jamaica is a small island. It's 2.8 million of us, and if you have maybe 1,000 athletes, 900 of them want to do the sprints. They want to do 100. They want to be the next Jillian Fraser. And the facts are not everybody can be the next Jillian Fraser. And some of these, as you said, Mr. Barr, they need to go to the field. They need to go and do some long jump. They need to maybe do some hurdles or find their niche. And I think that is what I'm happy about when I see they need to come and do some triple jump.
Well, the same is true. Let's just quickly tell you, 1503 is Shanika's best jump outdoors and 1408 indoors. But let me just say that we have produced 1948 Olympic champion over 400 meters and silver medalist over 800. And we have had a world champion in Bert Cameron over the same 400 meters. But yet, a lot of our youngsters shy away because people will tell you, and I remember Grace Jackson saying it, to run the 400 is a very, very, very difficult training program you have to be in to run 400. But it would be nice to see some of the budding sprinters step up to other events because, as you just said it's the same way that everybody won't be a midfielder. Everybody won't be able to wear number 10. So you got to look at other avenues, and I hope that the other Jamaican athletes will do so. Shanika, to me, has the form. Yes. Go ahead.
I think one other thing we have to look at carefully also is that unlike the long jump, and I say this as somebody that's probably the untrained mind and the high, the triple jump requires more technical efficiency than speed because the truth about it is that best triple jumpers I've seen for a while, including Trisha and Ross, they were never speedy persons, but they have the appendages, the long limbs that they need, and they're technically sound. So if Akeelia is a very fast sprinter, and she does better at the long jump than she does at the triple jump, because the technicality is something that they have to get right.
Yeah, because
and a lot of persons struggle to learn because when I sit at champs, thankfully this year we had 3 ladies going over 13 at girls champs. But when you look at the techniques, we're all different kind of techniques, all different kind of forms. Sometimes you cringe when you see them go for the techniques because it's almost like it's ragged, it's not yet. So we need probably a little bit more time spent teaching it.
O'Shea, I say one thing about the technique and the form. If you're giving me the distance, I don't mind the technique or the form, right? But if you're not, then we have a problem, okay? But stay where you are, O'Shea Hudson, Evan Nugent, I'm Ed Barnes, and this is, okay, it says, go ahead. Okay, 2, right. Okay, really, people tell you the story when Viv Richards started. People saying that he cross-batted. He's a yam licker, you know. And you know what is funny? It was the British people who said, leave him alone. Because guess what he's doing? Scoring
Making
runs.
runs.
That's it. So if the form is not great, but you're making the mark, then we can live with it. Right, O'Shea?
That is true. But one thing is also true that when you learn the bad things, it's hard to unlearn it.
Yes. Bad habits die very
It's
hard.
to unlearn, and sometimes when you get to the professional level, the coaches have a very tough task to trying to get you to let go of one particular action, and sometimes that becomes a challenge for them. But as I said before, it's looking better at the junior level now than it was in former years, so that might be a glimmer of hope.
Okay, so again, you're quite right, O'Shea, that sprinters do very well in long jumping, but in triple jumping, it's more of a technical thing. So just raw speed won't do the job necessarily there as it can be done in the long jump area.
Yeah, one thing I'll say about that, you obviously need the technical abilities. That is something that you have to, in the triple jump, there's no doubt about that. You need it. However, there are two types of jumpers in the triple jump. They're the tall ladies like the Rojas or Smith or Shanika Ricketts. So your tall, your long levers and such will help you. If you don't have that, you need the speed.
Yes,
like
speed compensate.
Yeah, Lebedefa. So you have the speed kills. Any event in track and field, speed kills.
All right, this is the Paris Games Experience here on Omega Class Radio. We'll keep you abreast of it before and after. Wherever it happens, we will tell you about it. Now, we mentioned earlier on that the early days, where the lady from the Netherlands won everything in sight in 1948, winning 100, 200, 80-meter hurdles. In those days, you were allowed to compete in just 3 individual events. Someone always reminds me that as far as competing in individual events are concerned, we had a young man who went to Clarendon College, Ralston Lee. He might have done 6 or 7 events at champs. And we go way back to the great late Linda Della Penna, who from Monroe did every event that he was capable of doing. Monroe won champs, and if they got 50 points, he got 40. So it tells you how much.
I never got a chance to see Lindy, but I did see the Cosmo Wright from Bridgeport in the late. Yeah, he did pretty much the same thing. But I think we're up on the break now, so
we'll be back with more here on Omega Class Radio.
The Paris Games Experience was sponsored by Hawkeye Electronic Security, securing what matters most.